This video is going to walk you through the process of using the Oral History Metadata Synchronizer, or OHMS. And the idea behind OHMS is that we're going to take the audio file of our interview and the transcript of our interview and synchronize those on the site here. In order to do that, we need to create a record for each interview and the metadata for that record. And we need to upload a transcript and tell the system, OHMS system, where the audio file sits. So if I click on the metadata, I can see all of the basic interview about this information about this sample interview I've uploaded. So the title, the interviewees, the interviewer, the date, all of that kind of stuff. And importantly, the media URL. So this is where the actual file for the audio sits, and it's on the Center for Digital Scholarship server right now. And so that's where all the interview files are going to sit, and we're going to point to them there. We need to specify any rights information that you need about the work and any funding sources. And you need to specify that the file is a audio file and that it is hosted. And we're pointing to where that host is. All right, so back to the interviews. You can see that you can upload a transcript. We've already uploaded one, so we could re-upload our transcript if we wanted to. It's important to note that the transcript needs to be in a specific format. It can't be a Word file that you upload. You have to upload it as essentially a UTF-8 encoded file, and that can be via a text file. So if you have a Word transcript, you need to copy the information that's just about the interview questions and responses, paste into a text file, and that should remove and strip any formatting that's there, and then save it as a text file encoded as UTF-8. So it sounds complicated, but it's actually very straightforward. So we've done that, and now we want to synchronize these two things, our text file and our audio file. So I'm going to click sync, and you can see here that you can get a little bell and the interview immediately begins. I'm going to pause it for now just so that we can take a look at what's going on. So what we need to do is every minute of the interview, we're going to have to tag in the text by clicking at what place that we're in. So we're trying to, again, sync up the text with the audio. So to do that, you can skip ahead here with these double arrow buttons to go ahead in 50-second segments. And this is going to give us a little bell that will warn us that in 10 seconds, we're going to have to indicate where we are in the text file. You can also note that in this transcript, we actually have timestamps as well. So that helps us find our way if we need to as you're going along and doing this. So if I were to hit this, I'm going to jump ahead to 50 seconds, and I'm going to pause it because you can hear there's a bell that goes off that says, be ready to place your first timestamp as you approach the 1 minute mark. So we're going to listen.
And I'm wondering if you could just tell me about the origin of the scrapbook collection. Who started it? Who was involved with it over the years?
Okay, so we're at 1 minute, we got a place of ping. And the last thing we heard was who was involved with it over the years. So we're basically right here. Now, so obviously in a long interview, someone's going to have to go through and place all these timestamps. You don't necessarily have to listen to the interview fully in order to do this. You can, of course, use this to skip ahead in 50-second segments so that you can jump to the next place that you're supposed to put another marker in. So if I click this here,
together, and then if I could have the material.
So I'm at the 151 mark now. So I'm going to have to place another ping soon. So I have to find where I am in the text, and then I need to place my ping. So let's listen to see where we're at.
If I could have the materials, and I would put something together.
So right here is where we're at, and we need to place a ping at the appropriate point, another marker at the appropriate point.
If I could have the materials, and I would put something together. And he said, okay, I could have everything that I wanted in there. And I didn't know what.
So I didn't know. So here we are. We're going to place another one, and then we can jump ahead to the next segment. So I'm going to save this because every time you do this, you don't want to lose your work. But that's essentially the process of moving through and synchronizing the transcript and the oral interview. So we'll save that up, and I'm going to return to interviews, and I can go back and I can continue my work on synchronization later. So if I click on this now, you can see that it saved the information that I've already done. So you don't necessarily have to do it all in one sitting. You can come back to it if you need to and pick up where you left off.